Hey guys, so we're here at this Canadian city near Toronto, and we just got dumped on a good foot of snow last night, and so let's document what it's like driving through this city, through the downtown area. That's good. So now, just so you know, if you hear some background noise, that's because I got my heater cranked. It's below freezing, and I do have good snow tires on this car. So anyone here in the more southern areas, just be aware, like, you're not going to get this type of traction on snow if you don't have snow tires. And you'll see what I mean when we get up to where the roads are a little more snow covered. One of the things I wanted to document is the cluster F that happens when the snow plows go by, and you should be able to see they plow in all the driveways, and where there's a sidewalk right beside the road, the snow plow frequently will throw the snow from the road right onto the sidewalk, like right there, for example. That's messed up. So I am going to be driving relatively slow and careful, because I don't want to get a ticket, and I'm hoping that the video shows up pretty nicely here. We'll find out. We will find out. Hope everyone's having a good day. For anyone just joining us, we're in this Canadian town near Toronto, and we just had a pretty good snowstorm last night, and so I just wanted to document what things look like the next day. It's about 4:30 p.m. Eastern time here, and so I guess the point there is that the city and residents and business owners have had most of the day to clear the snow. It's cool, but there you can see the sidewalks completely plowed in. Look at this. Okay, now here, the owners of that church have cleared that sidewalk. But coming up right here, not so much. And the other funky thing is that the plows will plow in the sidewalk coming right from the road too. This is the first decent snowfall that we've received this season. If you go back through my videos, you'll see that I did a St. Patrick's Day video, which documented the university town that we're going to get to, and all the kids going out for St. Patrick's Day. And you'll see the difference in the weather mid-March compared to where we're at now, which is January. Today's January 13th. Very difficult to see many of the markings on the road, and that's just all all part of driving in the winter here once we get the snow. The road maintenance crew will do a decent job cleaning all this stuff up eventually, but here you go. This is live coverage of what it looks like the day after. So we're just coming into a downtown area now. That squeak is my window. It sometimes squeaks. You may very well notice people driving a little bit erratically, testing out and trying to see how their how good of traction their car gets in the snow. And I do advocate people doing that, but I think they should do that in an open parking lot where there's no chance. See, so now we can't tell if this is a left-hand turn lane or if it's just straight. And nobody's got signals on. I guess that van's got his right turn signal. So here you go. This is what it's looks like to live in a medium-sized Canadian town after we get a little bit of a winter storm. Okay, so this is part one. We'll reset it and do part two. Okay, so now we're on part two. Exact same place. We're sitting at the stoplight. I hope the zoom is still the same. So the snow tires that I've got on this car, I've already got, this is my third winter season on them. And this will be the last winter that I drive with these snow tires. I'll get a new set for next winter. These are definitely still good enough for this season, but for anyone that knows, once you drive in the snow with snow tires, you'll never go back to driving with the all seasons in the snow. There's no comparison. These, even being a little bit worn down, will get far superior traction to even brand new all-season tires on this stuff. So here off to the right, there's a small skating rink, and you should be able to see there's some kids skating there. We're going to leave this intersection open. I'm going to let this guy out just because I'm a nice guy. Help keep the flow of traffic going. Yep. There's all the people skating. We want to keep that pretty much steady. So anyone that's used to driving in the winter figures out pretty quickly that it's not a good idea to tailgate. And so that's pretty cool. That's one of the nice things about winter driving is you get very few tailgaters, and those people that are tailgating, you got to really watch out for them, because chances are they're not very experienced drivers. It's tailgating in weather like this is a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe to end up rear-ending someone. So I think you should be able to see off on the horizon, and as we go here, there's a ton of new high-rise, high-density residential and commercial buildings going up. And in fact, after we get through this set of lights, is a Google office. In fact, you might even be able to see Google on top of the roof on the building to the right there. It's all glass. And that's just gone up in the last 5 or 10 years. I think they finally finished construction of it quite recently. Okay, so what we've got is a light rail transit on the right, and so these people waiting here off on the right are waiting for their public transportation. And that's the Google building right there. Google. Quite interesting. That's a pretty massive office too. It's very, very slow going. In the summer, the traffic would be moving a lot quicker, but the winter slow, the snow and everything slows everybody down. And quite a few of the drivers become quite tentative as well. And I'm actually going to let this light turn yellow for us. I don't know if you can see or not, but the light rail transit actually crosses this street. And there's some of the newer high-rise residential buildings. On the right there, that red and white building actually used to be a McDonald's. Right, here we go. This is a decent incline, and I didn't punch it or anything like that, but we didn't have any slipping or spinning at all. If I would have gave it a little more gas, the traction control would have probably kicked in. Pretty good. If I get some requests for it, what I might do in the future is I'll actually take this car into an open parking lot that's got some snow on it and test out the traction for you guys and record it with the traction control turned off. So stick around, guys. Don't go anywhere, because we're coming up to a fairly popular university town, and I expect we'll see quite a few kids running around on the streets and the sidewalks. And the funny thing is, many of them are don't dress up all that warm. Okay, so this is part 2. We'll shut this off and just reset it for part 3. Okay, part 3. I just waited for the light to turn green, and the reason I'm doing this in parts and just mentioning them at the beginning and the end is so if I have to or want to come back later and do some editing, it just makes it easier if I break it up into like 5-minute segments rather than just doing it all as one large video clip. Okay, so we gotta be very careful here. Got a snow removal guy clearing off the snow for the light rail transit, and we'll go through that yellow line. See how slow these guys are going. If this guy in front of me wasn't there, I'd be going a little quicker. But it's crazy, you know. Some people, they'll drive around in this with their all-season tires, and they won't put snow tires on. So, and this Volkswagen in front of us looks like does not have snow tires on there, and so the traction that he's going to get on this will be terrible, and that would explain why he's going so slow. There we go. There's the first Canadian flag I've seen in this whole trip. I may have missed a few, but that's one big difference you'll notice in Canada, even compared to the northern states, is you really don't see too many Canadian flags. And in the States, I know you see tons of American flags. You know, you'd be hard pressed to drive a city block in most American cities and not see American flags. Just don't see too many of them here in Canada. Don't see too many Canadian flags. It almost feels like Canadians aren't really that patriotic, although I do know some are very patriotic. I personally feel just as much of an attachment to the United States of America as I do to Canada. That's just me. Okay, so this is gonna go probably another 15 minutes, and it's just gonna get more densely populated the further we go. So definitely stick around. If you're really familiar with my channel, you'll know I actually have Genius on the Road playlist. Check that out. I do like getting video when I'm going for a drive from time to time, because you just never know when you're gonna see something and get good video of it. It's about 20 to 5 now, and it's actually dark enough that these other vehicles' headlights are really starting to stand out. It's getting dark. And we can go through this one. Just give her a little shot of gas. actually, while we're here, I'll show you this. There's a guy on a little tractor clearing another small skating. There's a small skating rink right there. Right by the Beertown Public House. That's like a little miniature Zamboni. Okay, so we are now stuck in traffic because the city bus up there is paused. And we do not want to get caught stopped on the railway. It definitely looks like I can get through, so it's okay. Sure enough, that light just turned yellow. So this is a very precarious thing, you know, when you got a bus like that, blocking the traffic with a crosswalk and a light rail train railway all going through. And technically I should have maybe waited for that bus to go, but I thought he was just letting people off and putting new people on. But I'm actually in the middle of a intersection with a red light. Oh, it just turned green. So this is kind of cool. It's actually still snowing. Not too heavy or anything. But it is definitely coming down. So I'm going to switch from just my driving lights, or daytime running lights as they call it, to my full headlights. It's getting a little bit dark. Just increase the probability that we don't have any accidents. So now, all these, or most of these high-rise buildings that you're going to see coming up in a minute or so, almost all of them are university residents, where the kids, their units are typically about 300 square foot apartments. And in many cases, they'll just have a bedroom and then common areas, which would mean more like 150 or 200 square feet. Okay, so these kids crossing the road look like they're actually dressed decently warm. Funny though, the one's just wearing spandex pants. Okay, let's go to the next part here. I think we're moving. That's completes part 3. Okay, so this is part 4 now. We're on to part 4. This is a party town we're moving into now, and it's very common to see tons of university kids piled up around here, cruising around. Lots of little pubs and little restaurants. Because there's so many international students, you'll also find a ton of international cuisine or international type restaurants. Pretty much any nationality type of food that you can think of, there's going to be a restaurant that caters to that country's cuisine. Okay, and so now we're actually at the same stretch of road that I did that St. Patrick's Day video on last March. And if memory serves correct, It was actually pretty cold then, but not quite as cold as it is right now. So I'm going to wait here because I don't want to block this intersection. So that's the other thing too, like in university towns, there tends to be a lot more accidents and ambulances and emergency vehicles. And so I like to make sure I don't block the side streets because you never know when an ambulance or firefighters, first responders are going to need to get through. Just never know. Sorry for the windshield wiper noise there. These wipers are getting this windshield squeaky clean. Which is good. Very good. So now there's this oncoming car wanting to turn left in front of us here. You can see because his headlights aren't on, that car does not show up very nice. So that's another pro tip. You're driving in precarious weather, throw your full headlights on. It really reduces the chances that someone won't see it. Now we got this guy crossing the street 10 feet away from the crosswalk. And I'm not sure, oh, here we got a guy walking right in front of me. I'm not sure what it is with these university kids that do this. We got a guy walking right behind me. But they do, a ton of jaywalking. And it's another reason to just drive safe. Take extra care. I haven't seen too many examples of it in this this trip, but another thing a lot of motorists are guilty of is not clearing the snow off their car and off their windshield and the side and the rear glass. And that's extremely dangerous, especially if they start flying down the highway. Because you get huge chunks of ice flying off the car. And it also gives them a lot less visibility if they haven't cleared it. So, everything slows down here in the winters. This is all high density student housing. And this snow is actually starting to pick up. So we're getting close to the end of this video. Just wanted to document what it's like here in Canada, near Toronto, the day after a pretty decent snowstorm. And we still got snow going now, so lot of people will be out shoveling and getting their snow blowers out. You know what I might do is actually take you for a little trip on the highway out here too. That way we can document what the highway road conditions are. And then we'll end it with that. You know, this is pretty good. I actually didn't see any accidents. Minimal emergency vehicles. It looks like everyone's being pretty careful. And I want to get into the right-hand lane here. So there we go. Yeah, we'll take a little trip on the highway here with these road conditions. And hopefully I don't spin this out. Because as you can tell, as I think you can tell, it's pretty windy too. And if it weren't for the fact that I got snow tires on, I would not go on this highway. Because these roads here are super slippery. There's a good chance there's a thin layer of ice. Let's go on the highway. All these speed limit signs are in kilometers, not miles an hour. It's all kilometers per hour. You can see this on-ramp, they haven't been able to keep it very clear. And this is about as fast as you want to go around here. I noticed it slipping as soon as I went a little faster. So we took that at about 25 miles an hour, or 40 kilometers an hour. We'll give her a little bit of gas here, get on the highway. We're now doing 90 kilometers an hour, which is 52 or 53 miles an hour. It's not bad. So they've definitely been dumping the salt to keep this road relatively clear. That's what they do. They'll run by with the plow and dump salt at the same time. Okay, so that's pretty cool. We'll take this exit. There's a snow plow right there. He's plowing and dumping salt. Maybe we'll take a little trip over here. Check this out. Okay, so I think this was part 5, and let's we'll reset
JM, that was part 4.
And do one
We
more,
are now
one
on
more
to
set.
part 5, the final chapter of this video.
Okay, so we're on part 6 now. This will be the last segment because I just noticed that my battery's starting to run low on this camera. It actually did okay. But we'll keep her going another couple minutes. Take a little drive over here and see. Could go quite a bit quicker around that corner, but I didn't want to. I didn't want the camera to fall or tip, because I don't have the best mounting for it. So we've got an advanced green here. There we go, guys. There's a large Canadian flag. Yeah, so now this road is pretty much completely snow covered. Quite a bit of snow on here. I should shut this down because I want to make sure that I got enough battery juice left in this camera, just in case, something happens, and in case I want or need to get more video. So, thanks for coming along this drive with me, and
but wait,
we'll see you soon. Have a great day.
There's more.
Okay,
1 hour
guys.
later.
So, I was never really convinced that all this climate change talk was real, but once you see it with your own eyes, you'll realize, yes, indeed, climate change is real. Welcome to JM Unleashed, where we focus on the subjects of dogs, nature, music and entertainment, precious metals, and finance. Right now, we're documenting climate change. Yes, indeed. Climate change. Okay, guys, so, there's some people that believe in climate change and others that don't. What I'm noticing is 4 times a year the climate seems to change. And it wasn't that long ago we were in autumn and the leaves were all changing color as part of climate change, and now it's winter, well below freezing. We got lots of snow, and that's definitely evidence of climate change. Yes, sir, the climate has definitely changed. Oh, here the climate's going to change for sure. Look at that, it was snowing. Now it stopped snowing. Oh, Now it's snowing again. Frickin' climate change, guys. Frickin' climate change. See if this guy stops in time. Yeah, he's doing okay. Oh, someone was burning some doing some burnouts on this road. Should be able to see that. Yes, the climate has definitely changed. It seems to do that 4 times a year. Okay, we're definitely witnessing some climate change here. And let's see, I think this guy's burning donuts. We'll see if that's what he's doing. Parking lots are always fun for if you want to test out the traction in your car. Oh my goodness, look at the climate change over here. There he goes. I think he's going to burn some donuts. Let's zoom in on him. No, he just relocated. That's okay. I'm going to relocate too. Just wanted to document this climate change. Very cool. Okay guys, stay warm.